In a tournament that is built on legacy, heartbreak found its way to the turf again. Seven-time champions Indian Oil's Beighton Cup 2025 campaign came to a screeching halt as it is Canara Bank who somehow managed to hold on to fort, and because of that one goal that was scored by Pawan Reddy, it was because of goal difference that Canara Bank cruised to the semi-finals. Would you believe it? Runners up of the previous edition, Indian Oil, seven-time winners as well. They absolutely have been crashed out of the tournament. But they had started the game extremely well with Mohammad Zayed and Ketan, who had found the back of the net courtesy of some exceptional goals. The first two quarters, it was all Indian Oil. They were precise, they were full of their prowess, but eventually it was Canara Bank who had to, win the game, and that is what we had witnessed here. A couple of opportunities, but they were denied by Dayal. But then Afan Yusuf was absolutely fabulous today in front of the goal. He did create an assist, like this was that opportunity. Afan Yusuf created the opportunity, and then Mohammad Zayed pulled the goal back. Indian Oil looked in full control. The passes were really smooth. The attacking prowess in the final third was absolutely sharp. But hockey, as it always does, decided to change the script. Canara Bank hit a goal, and then it was all Canara Bank, and then Indian Oil eventually had to lose the game. This was the second goal that was scored by Ketan. He had to pump the ball home, and once they were 2-0, and then the goal difference for all the three teams in this particular group, that is PNB, that is Indian Oil and Canara Bank, it was zero. But then that slender one goal from Pawan Reddy made sure that the goal difference was in favor of Canara Bank, and they could heave a sigh of relief. There were a couple of other opportunities as well, and even though Canara Bank lost this game, lost match 9, it was eventually Indian Oil who had to crash out of the tournament along with PNB. PNB had a spirited comeback yesterday when they had defeated heavyweight seven-time champions Indian Oil, but Canara Bank did absolutely fabulous today. And this was that penalty corner. This was that penalty corner from Pawan Reddy that shifted the entire narrative of the game, that shifted the entire narrative of the entire match for Canara Bank. What Canara Bank has achieved today is something remarkable. They became the first team in the competition to go to the semi-finals, and then of course in match number 10 we saw yet another exciting game between Jharkhand 11 and Indian Air Force. Will get a confirmation as to who will be qualifying because it ended in a 4-4 draw, and there were only two teams in their group. But overall, Canara Bank would be extremely elated with their performance, and Indian Oil, Devesh Chauhan, their coach, they would be gutted. They would be absolutely gutted. They were the runners up in the previous edition, where they had lost to Indian Navy in the penalty round in the finals. But this time around, things were a little different. This time around, they failed to do so, even though they stopped a few more incoming onslaughts, but they failed to have a good outing, but they failed to find the back of the net. So that was it. One of the shockers of the entire Beighton Cup. Full time, Indian Oil 2, Canara Bank 1, but irrespective of the full time score, it was Canara Bank who cemented their place in the semi finals because of a better goal difference.